How's it going, everybody? Welcome your faces back to the Satoshi Club, where in today's video I'm going to educate the beginner side of you all on how to not lose your money, your valuable money, your hard work infused money to cryptocurrency scams that can sometimes be so stupid that you don't even realize that they're happening at that point. And I can speak from experience as well. I did used to do some other stuff when it comes to crypto back in 2017, and I did leave my account access to somebody who I only met online, but I was doing business with, and I trusted him with my account. And then the next time I logged in, I realized that all of my money was gone and my friendship was gone in it. So I learned a valuable lesson. I started using a hardware wallet. I never share my details with anybody else in the crypto world, and I'm glad that I learned that lesson with not too significant amount of money, rather than learning it later on in life. So you got to be grateful for everything that happens to you in life, because maybe yes, it was difficult to lose that money back then, but maybe it was for the best. Okay, so let's get right into it. Right at the end of this video, I'm going to give you a little insight into the market. I hope you stay tuned for that as well, because there is some very, very big stuff going on with the Fed rate hikes, with the CPI, with the inflation around the world, and the market is quite likely to continue moving down. So let's prepare for it, right? But before we do, let's prepare for how to actually save our money from all of these scams. And if you enjoyed the rest of the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because there is some pretty cool stuff to review here on a weekly or even daily basis sometimes. So wherever money is concerned, there are always scams to follow. And for example, in February 2022, which is something that I bet none of you actually knew, a cryptocurrency exchange platform called Wormhole lost $320 million after a cyber attack. Wormhole is there with their own generic chain, with their own network, with their own solutions, with their own devs, and also their own exchange and everything else going on. And they did lose $320 million to a hack, which was not really covered anywhere, right? You saw the whole FTX scandal, we saw the whole Celsius scandal, we saw the whole Alameda. Okay, that's part of the FTX scandal. And then we saw all of this stuff happen, but nobody really mentioned Wormhole. So it's quite interesting, quite fascinating, and I'm very happy to explain it to you guys right now. If you're interested to see more about the Wormhole scam or hoax, or this hack that actually happened, I can review it in a following video. But why the blockchain is a little bit more difficult than traditional institutions is because on blockchain, everything is verified decentrally, and it does not run through financial institutions. So money lost through the blockchain is a lot harder to recover from theft than it is, if it's lost from a bank, for example, because the bank will always be inclined to give you your money back so that you keep using the bank's services. And also there's contracts drawn up to protect your funds if you actually deposit them in a bank. And as such, the government is, standing behind the bank as well, but behind cryptocurrency exchanges, there's nobody really there to back them up. Unless, for example, for the FTX scandal, where Justin Sun, the creator of Tron Network, actually said that he's personally going to bail out all of the people who are actually holding Tron on the FTX platform, which is a pretty cool move from him, and a pretty bullish move on Tron when it comes to me. But let's just get straight into it. First of all, you have these Bitcoin investment schemes, right? Scammers contacting investors claiming to be seasoned investment managers, professionals. Hey there, you get a DM on Instagram, you get a DM on Facebook. Hey there, this is John Jones, and I'm here to help you with your cryptocurrency investment portfolio. Maybe they're getting smarter, right? These guys sometimes they even contact me and they start talking about something that's quite interesting, and I actually divulge in a conversation with them. But what happens is I very soon realize that they switch to a very generic message asking, do you need help investing in cryptocurrencies? Would you like to invest in cryptocurrencies where, I will take a certain percentage from you by giving you guidance, stuff like that. And it's very suspicious, right? And obviously the moment that they ask for money, or for me to actually pay them to begin using their services, I usually just block them, right? But as I said, these scammers request an upfront fee. They also may request personal information. Don't give them anything. They also, maybe have these blue check marks. They maybe have fake celebrity endorsements. Don't believe anything. If anybody asks you to pay them before they prove their worth to you, they are not the right type of person. If you had somebody reaching out to you and saying, hey, look at this, I'm gonna show you what I can do in a month, and if I'm good, then you can pay me, then that's probably a trader that maybe you would invest a little bit of money in if you just watched him perform. If you get on a call with him, if you meet the guy. But just be very careful. And the worst part of all of these scams is that sometimes they just hack accounts, right? I had a friend on Instagram who ran a trading journal, right, on Instagram, and suddenly he just messages me, and he presents to me an opportunity, and I'm like, wow, this is very interesting. And then later on I realized that his account was actually hacked, and it was somebody trying to get my money as well. So beware of Bitcoin investment schemes. Now, second on the list is rug pull scams, right? Pumping and dumping of a project. This is a scam. It's kind of difficult to figure out, but once you actually gain a lot of experience in the crypto world, you're gonna realize what is a rug pull or what is a potential rug pull that you can actually take advantage of. And what does this mean? First of all, we had this Squid Coin scam back in the day, and these guys walked away with about $3 million. A lot of NFTs are also, rug pulls as well. But how to actually profit from a rug pull is if you notice a project that doesn't really have much fundamentals backing it, right? For example, like Dogecoin, and you see that it is, starting to gain a little bit of hype, and they're starting to introduce a lot of people and doing their marketing and all of this stuff. Then, if you're early enough, maybe you can actually get in. But you need to be very careful, and you need to secure your profits fast, because typically once these coins actually increase in value, they very, very quickly start decreasing in value once the owners start actually selling off their positions. And the owners usually have the majority of the coins. So as soon as they sell off their positions, the market just dumps and there's no more liquidity for you to sell out, and you're going to be left with zero. So Squid token went from about 1 cent to about $90 per token, all on organic hype. And then it crashed to zero. So the owners, they took some money out of the bank. It was completely legal, but a lot of people lost their money. So it's kind of a frowned upon thing. Now, third of all, we have romance scams, right? Dating apps are no stranger to the crypto world, and they involve these relationships, right? Where you meet someone and they're, sussing you out, you're having a great time, but typically only online, right? And then one party starts convincing the other party to buy or give some money in the form of cryptocurrency for any type of reason out there. This stuff should be avoided. It is called pig butchering scams, and it is something that you have to be tremendously stupid to actually fall for, because why would somebody online that you supposedly love or whatever ask you for cryptocurrencies if they didn't want to scam you and run away with your money? So just use your brain sometimes, and follow the Satoshi Club down in the description below if you want to learn more details about scams in general, other scams that happen. You can check out my previous videos, but a lot of crypto news coming out these days is very, very interesting, so I do recommend you check out the description below. Now you have phishing scams, which have been happening for quite some time. Scammers send emails with malicious links, where the idea is you press the link and you see something that looks like a legitimate website, something that looks like Binance, but it's actually by Noons, okay? So, but you don't notice that, right? And then you type in your login information, and at that point, it's all over. This hacker, he gets your login information immediately, he gets into your account, he does a withdrawal, and you're done, especially if you don't have 3-factor authentication or 2-factor authentication. So be very careful. Never enter anything from an email link, right? So whenever you open something from an email link, don't put your login details there. Please only go on the official website or of whatever is going on. Now, there's also man-in-the-middle attacks, where you can be sitting somewhere outside and trying to connect to a public Wi-Fi router. But what actually happens is you connect to somebody else's maliciously placed router that acts as a public Wi-Fi router, right? So they place their thing there, and you see, free Wi-Fi or whatever, and you connect to it, but it's actually this guy's personal network. And what happens is anything you actually do on his network, he's able to record, and he's able to steal your and intercept all of your data going through, and basically steal everything from you. So number one, don't log in to your Binance or your, any type of account out there where you're storing cryptocurrency on online networks, right? If you're in McDonald's or something, just don't do it. What's the point? Why would you want to log in McDonald's? And second of all, just keep your money on a hardware wallet. It's a lot better and a lot more safe than using a software one. An alternative is using a VPN, so nobody really ever knows where you are, but you do have to pay for some VPNs. However, it is still worth it if you really have to access your wallet while you're in McDonald's. So 6, we have social media crypto giveaway scams. A lot of giveaways promise Bitcoin, to just by participating, and basically usually for actually verifying yourself and being a part of this giveaway, which can promise 100 Bitcoins, you're gonna have to make a small payment of $100-200 to actually enter. and just to prove your account is legitimate, and basically you can just lose your payment, or even worse, you can click on a malicious link and have your personal info and cryptocurrency stolen. So beware and be careful of this stuff as well. Now, Ponzi schemes, well, it's basically where you have, people promoting a project, getting you to invest into it, and paying off new investors with the money that you invested into it, making a pyramid going on up to the complete top, where at some point there's going to be a lack of new investors coming in. People are going to find out that it's a pyramid, but it doesn't matter because the guy on top made a lot of money. Some of the famous pyramid schemes from back in the day are Bernie Madoff, and even kind of what it doesn't matter. Maybe Ponzi schemes is a good, or pyramid schemes is a good idea for another video in the future. So if you want to see it, drop a like on this video right here. We have fake crypto exchanges as well, where scammers may lure investors in with promises of a great cryptocurrency exchange. That's actually completely fake. So just stick to the ones that you know. Binance, Coinbase, not FTX. Just stick to the exchanges that you know, that you've used before, that you know are certainly going to be okay, and you're going to be fine in the crypto world. Now, last but not least, we have employment offers and fraudulent employees, where scammers will sometimes impersonate recruiters or job seekers to get access to crypto accounts. And with this, they offer you an interesting job, but require you to give crypto for job training, which some people would consider, okay, this is value for me, right? I'm gonna get trained for this money, but they're just gonna take it and they're gonna steal it, right? And you're better off literally just looking for a course online, spending that money on a course, and then actually getting the info from it and actually learning something. So that can be trading courses or crypto courses. There's a lot of good ones out there, don't mind that. But for instance, North Korean IT freelancers are trying to capitalize on remote jobs by presenting impressive resumes and claiming to be US based. And the US Department of Treasury issued a warning of this whole scam targeting crypto companies. And what these IT freelancers actually do is seek projects involving virtual currency and use access for the currency exchanges. And then they hack into the systems and raise money to steal information, or steal info, or do whatever for the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, which I don't know, is it actually happening, how frequently it's happening, or how they actually do it. But apparently people just like to get a job and then just steal from the job, which is kind of dirty. I don't really like the sound of that, but I guess a lot of types of scams are happening online. So how do you protect yourself from crypto scams, and what are the official red flags of them? First of all, promises for large gains or doubling your investment. Or if somebody says you're going to make plus 10,000%, no, red flag. Only accepting cryptocurrency as payment, red flag. Contractual obligations, red flag. Well, I don't understand this. Contractual obligations, if scammers are not going to give you a contract to sign, right? Because they don't believe the contract and they know that they're going to mess it up. So this doesn't really make sense. But misspellings and grammatical errors in emails, social media posts, or any other communication, or even links that you actually get. So if it's Binance and not Binance, then you know that it's a fake website. Manipulation tactics such as extortion or blackmail, promises of free money, fake influencers or celebrity endorsements that seem out of place, minimal details about money movement and the investment, and several transactions happening in one day. How to actually avoid all of this stuff? Well, first of all, use a very strong password, use only secured connections or VPNs, and use a hardware wallet. So lastly, for today's video, I wanted to take a little look at the US 500, the index of the top 500 companies in the United States, representing the entire stock market and crypto market as well, because everything is pretty much following what the SPX is doing. And what we can see right here is a wonderful example of a head and shoulders pattern that is ready to be broken out of. So I did make this trend line right here, counter trend line, right, which has been broken out of right now. But what you can also see is a head and shoulders pattern that is also about to be broken down from this area, where you have the left shoulder, you have the potential head, and the right shoulder. But what I would wait for to happen is actually another shoulder to actually form here, because this is a whole head. And then what happens basically from there is the market keeps moving down, because we're very likely to keep moving down because of these rate hikes and delayed reaction by them. So for me personally, the target for the US 500 would be somewhere around the 3.2k level. So I guess we're going to see what happens. And from Bitcoin's perspective, what we can actually see is a strong correction towards the upside. But as the US 500 is starting to make some downwards moves, we are starting to see some red candles for Bitcoin as well. So it seems like the correlation is still right there. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment down below with your favorite thoughts and opinions. And lastly, I'm not a financial advisor, and you should do your own due diligence before investing into anything in the blockchain, crypto, or NFT world. Without further ado, I'm going to end this video right now, and I hope to see you all in the next one.